Hi everyone, my name is JJ. You can see my name is Jacqueline on my name right wherever it is. Anyways, yeah, but I go by JJ. So, um, let's see. So for my assignment, I did or the activity I chose to do something with sleep. So I decided to get around 8 hours of sleep a night. That was the goal. Um, and I said I was going to go to sleep at midnight and wake up at 8 o'clock every single morning. And I did this for a week. At least I tried to. Life gets in the way sometimes. But for the most part, I did do this, and I'll just talk about it from each day I did it. Okay. So the first day I did it was a Monday. I had gotten back from work around 7, had a little bit of dinner, and then I just went and did some homework and got ready for bed. And um, I'm the kind of person that likes to do their nightly scroll through their social medias and stuff before they go to bed. And so I do that every single night. And so I just set aside a time. I could do that from 11 to midnight, or if I got in bed earlier, could do it a little longer if I wanted to. Um, but that night I got in bed around 10 o'clock. And before that, I do a nightly routine. It's something I do every single night. I wash my face, brush my teeth, do my whole skincare routine, and it just kind of sets the vibe for going to sleep. It turns the thing on in my brain that says, let's go to sleep. Um, so yeah, I did that, and then did my scrolling, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all the good stuff. Um, and then I set an alarm for midnight to let me know that it was time to stop scrolling, and I went to bed. And I also set another alarm for 8 o'clock. I didn't necessarily have to be anywhere at 8 o'clock the next morning, but I still woke up at 8 and I went and got a coffee. And then that's a normal morning for me. So I wake up, get coffee, get a workout in, and then I go to work. And I went to work around 10. I can kind of choose when I go into work, but I went to work around 10, did the stuff I needed to do for that day, and I went to go to tennis practice. And I'm a head coach for a high school here in Utah. And so I went to go to tennis practice, and usually before then, in between work and practice, I have a time slot where I go get a coffee, the second one of the day. I love coffee. I like the taste, I like the way that it makes me feel, and it just, kind of just is a good pick me up for the middle of the day. But as a goal for this assignment, and to help me sleep better at night, I decided not to get the second coffee for the entire week. And not gonna lie, at first it was a little miserable because I think my body is just a little bit used to having an excessive amount of caffeine. So I would get headaches really almost every day of that entire week around 3 o'clock. That's when I get my headache. And so instead of getting coffee, I just went straight to practice. And if I started feeling like I wanted caffeine, I'd just chew a piece of gum, which is something I like to do anyways. So no caffeine after that first initial coffee in the morning really wore me out. And the next morning, I knew I had to be awake really early. I had something to do early on Tuesday morning. So I went to bed really early on a what day was that? I don't remember. The next day I had to wake up really early. Anyways, so that night I went to sleep probably around 10, and I had to wake up at 6, which gave me a full 8 hours of sleep like my goal was. So, but because I didn't have that afternoon coffee, afternoon caffeine, whatever, I was able to go to sleep a lot earlier, and I slept through the entire night um, without like waking up or anything. I was just so exhausted. But I did wake up the next morning with a headache because of the lack of caffeine that I had in the last 24 hours. So immediately get up, have coffee, and I may have stuck a couple extra shots in there just to get me through the entire day because the day before was just so awful. But so that's kind of how the rest of my week went. I went to bed at midnight or before, and tried to get, but my main goal was to get 8 hours of sleep each night, which I did. I was very proud of myself. And towards the end of the week, the headaches started going away. I didn't really need the next coffee, the second coffee that I normally get during the day. Let's see. But yeah, so I mean, the whole sleep thing was really beneficial to me because it kept me on a schedule for one, and it made me get more restful sleep. This is the best I've ever slept the entire week, and then I was able to kind of wean myself off of having an excessive amount of coffee or caffeine for that entire week. But I mean, which are all healthy habits, which is great. Like, I'm really happy that I did that because I now realize that getting enough sleep really has a positive impact on how happy I am during the week or during the day, I guess. I never really thought, like, I've always been that person that says sleep is for the weak, like I will sleep when I die type thing. But getting 8 hours has really 8 hours a night has really improved my quality of life during the day, minus the headache. But yeah, I mean, I expected myself to feel better because obviously sleeping is healthy for you and it's something that our bodies need. And I really did feel a lot better as the week went on. Like I said, it was hard at first, but at the end it was a lot better. And the only downside of this whole experiment was just getting the caffeine headaches because the second part of my goal or activity was cutting out the second coffee during the day so I could sleep better at night. So I think I think that I'm gonna try and keep doing this as much as I can. I was really strict that week while I was doing it. Now I don't think I'll be as strict about when I'll go to bed, but more so about calculating. Like, I won't have a set time of when I want to go to sleep, but I won't. But I'll make it a goal to get at least 8 hours of sleep per night because it really does help with my overall well-being. And yeah, so let's see. Oh, two things that also inspired my study of sleep was a couple articles I found on Google Scholar. And sorry, I gotta find it really quick. But one of them was about, let's see, the title of it is Sleep Difficulties in College Students, the Role of Stress, Affect, and Cognitive Processes. And one of the things in the study that they did was saying that stress had a huge impact on how much sleep a college student was getting. Because obviously we're under a ton of stress. It's not a new thing to us to be stressed out of our minds. And I think one thing that they said that helped these students, it said, was meditation and relaxation right before they went to sleep, and making it a priority to do that right before you went to sleep, no matter what time of the night it was. And it improved rest for these college students, and it made their stress levels come down a little bit, and overall helped them get a better night's rest and become less stressed during the day. And the second source, one thing I really liked about it says sleep before learning may also be necessary. And they did a study and said that the college students who slept before their test did significantly better than the person who did not sleep at all. Which, I mean, it's pretty clear that sleep is necessary to success in college and in life. So, if you're ever cramming for an exam and it's 2 o'clock in the morning and your exam is at 8, it's not worth it to stay up any later and study, because at that point, I mean, we already know, like, I mean, there's nothing more we could possibly do to shove any more information up into our brains. But it's important that we just close our book, close our notes, and get that rest that you need before you take that exam, because it is actually proven that you, in the study that I did, or that I didn't do, the study that I found, it was proven that sleep helps with sleep helps with memory. And so if you've been studying for a while and then you go to sleep, it will help you remember things for your exam. So it's very important that you do that before you go take your next test, FYI. But overall, sleep is important. Y'all should do it. You should make it more of a priority in your life. You'll be much happier. And yeah, I recommend 8 hours. I recommend less caffeine during the day. And I will still be doing this as much as I can, because obviously sometimes there's just some days where you can't get all the sleep in the world, you know. But I'm going to be doing my best to get 8 hours of sleep per night. And yeah, that's what my little experiment was all about. So yeah, stay safe and healthy out there, y'all.